Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This is your brother Ash from the Great Millstone Miami camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is going to be quick and edifying, Lord willing, straight to the point. Okay, what I want to speak on in this lesson is going to be admonishment to you brothers out there that have wives. Treat your wife right. Treat your wife right. Okay. And I know you ain't gonna see a lot of videos on this subject. Okay. First and foremost, the way a man is with his wife ultimately is between him and his wife. Okay. I ain't the type of brother that's gonna pull a man to the side and tell you, what to do in your own household. But this is through the spirit. Okay. And again, treat your wife right. The inspiration behind this lesson is behind from a conversation that I had with a younger brother, this past weekend, and he was telling me about a little situation he was going through between him and his wife, and he was telling me how she was being a demon. Okay, we all know that. You brothers out there that have wives, we understand they have a tendency to be demons at times. Okay, that's totally understandable. They are the weaker vessel. We understand what the scriptures say about women and how they can be. Okay, but he told me exactly what happened in the situation. And honestly, I had to tell the brother, you tripping. She not going off. She not tripping. You going off. You the one tripping. You activated the demon. You brought the demon out of her. Okay? And that is something that can happen, and that's something that does happen. Sometimes your wife is being a demon because you activated the demon. You turned her into a demon. A lot of times, us brothers in this truth, we have a tendency, brothers that have wives have a tendency, I'm talking to myself first, have a tendency of telling ourselves that I'm the one in the truth. I'm the Lord dealing with me, not her. If she leave me, that's on her. The Lord gonna kill her. Right? Which, Lord willing, we are part of the elect. If your wife separate herself from you, that's to her own demise. Yes, we know that. But you can't have that mentality and allow that truth to be a motivation for you to do certain things, and you just tell yourself, oh, if she leave me, that's on her. No, you can't move like that. That's a very elementary level of thinking as a man that's supposed to be a servant of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That is a very low level way of thinking, and I'm not coming from the perspective of a man that is just head over heels simping over his wife. Okay, not as a man that's still in the honeymoon phase of the relationship between him and his wife, right? Because you may have men out there that Because you can't simp over your wife. It happens all the time. You just, you only been with the woman months or a year, even a couple years, and you doing everything right. You just treating her all good, just being the best husband you can be. No, I'm not coming from that angle. Okay, I'm coming from the perspective. I'm coming from being a man. I've been with my wife more than 10 years. Okay, and I'm still a very young man. I'm not even 30. But this is not a video that I would have done 5 years ago. Hell, it's probably not even a video I would have done 3 years ago. Okay, I'm coming from the perspective, the angle of a brother that has not treated his wife the best over the years. A brother that has treated his wife like crap at times. Coming from the mindset or the angle perspective of telling myself, yeah, if the Lord dealing with me, if I, if she ain't getting with my program, the Lord gonna kill her. That can't be the prime motivator, and you doing certain things, treating her any kind of way, and then telling yourself that the Lord ain't dealing with that. Okay? The Lord is looking for judges. The Lord is looking for leaders, governors. Okay? And having a wife, especially having children, you have a family, that is a form of government. That is a form of leadership. That's like a mini kingdom. So if you do have that, thank Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for that, and use that as a platform to grow your leadership skills. Okay, we talk about the kingdom of heaven and salvation and spiritual power. The Lord is not going to give spiritual power to a brother that's treating his wife like shit. Okay? The Lord, the Lord is not going to raise you up as a hero for the nation of Israel. Have you, going on missions, delivering different brothers and women and children, being an actual hero and deliverer, a judge within the nation of Israel, and you behind closed doors, you train your wife like shit. It's not, no. Why would he do that? You can't even be the hero or the leader that your wife and your children need you to be. Why would he give you that power to lift you up and raise you up to be on that level? If what he already provided you with, you can't even do that right. And again, I'm talking to myself first. I'm not coming from the angle as a man that, from day one, I love my wife, happy life. No. Okay? And me and that brother who inspired this lesson, we had a good talk. We had a great talk through the Spirit, and things were coming out. And he said, he agreed, yeah, brother, you're right. I haven't been treating my wife right. I should have did that better. Should have handled that better. Okay? And, I brought out this scripture right here, which is 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter, in the 7th verse, in the King James, but which we've all read, but it just hit different in the NLT. Okay, but let's read in the KJV first off. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. And again, we've all read this before, right? But let's read in the NLT. In the same way, you husbands must give honor to your wives. Treat your wife with understanding as you live together. She may be weaker than you are, but she is your equal partner in God's gift of new life. Treat her as you should, so your prayers will not be hindered. And when me and that brother read that, that was like sling, Ginsu blade. Cut me very deep. And I'm telling all this to the brother from the heart. You know, I basically said everything this scripture says up until that very last point. Just saying this out of you know, personal experience and talking to him as a man. But that last part, if that don't cut you, I don't know what to tell you. So basically, if you're not treating your wife the way you're supposed to treat her, your prayers can be hindered. And so if things are going you know, not so savory in your life as you may want them to be, or as you might be praying for them to be, and it's not going that way, and you don't know why, well, if you have a wife and you ain't been treating her the way you supposed to treat her, that's one reason right there. And like the brother said, one reason is more than enough. Right? One reason for your prayers to be hindered is more than enough. Okay? So the Lord ain't fucking with that. Period. If you know, brothers, after you have a daughter, and you know your daughter, you may have, she may be with a guy, that's her husband, whatever. Yeah, you gave her away. She's with a new man. She's with a man now. She's not under your authority, so to speak, anymore. But if you know that her husband is treating her like straight up shit, you gonna do something. You may not, of course, I'm not gonna be disrespectful about it. Ain't gonna try to control a man and his wife, but you're gonna step in somehow. You might talk to him. You gonna see about your daughter, or at the very least, you gonna pray. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna like that. And guess what? Your wife, that's the Lord's daughter. So really, all that spirit of she better, you know, shit. If she don't, the Lord gonna kill her. And well, according to the scriptures, of course, the Lord ain't dealing with her as a level. You know, He's dealing with the men. But that don't give you leeway to just treat them any type of way. The Lord ain't never okay that. He never gave us liberty to treat our wives like shit. Very much so the contrary, to the point where the Lord can disregard your prayers if you're doing so. So that cut the hell out of me, and I'm already telling this brother 1, 2, and the 3. But when we read this, it was like, man. Okay. So again, we have to grow up. We have to stop being immature. We have to stop being childish. Treating your wife any old way, and you super duper Israelite, super macho man, you come home, kick her in the ass. Shut up, bitch. That shut up, bitch spirit, that ain't the spirit. Okay? The Lord, if you really believe, and again, this ain't, to a brother where your wife ain't shit. She ain't shit. Okay? She's just a whole demon. Really, she's a succubus. Okay? But you got brothers out there. Some brothers out there, you may be calling a woman your wife. It's my wife. But really, she's a succubus. Sent by Satan to hinder you, to hinder your walk. But you just don't see it as of right now. Okay, but some way, somehow, the Lord gonna make you see it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you brothers out there that have wives and she decent. Okay? She trying. She ain't gonna be perfect. She ain't gonna be Sarah. She ain't gonna be Rachel. She ain't gonna be Leah. Okay? But she decent. She trying. And you know the difference. You should know the difference. Now, if she trying, she being decent, treat her as such. Which, again, that was a lesson. That's another lesson out there. You know, some brothers out there dealing with succubuses. I ain't succubi. I'm not talking about that. I ain't talking about that. She really trying. She, as the scriptures say, she pleased to dwell with you, right? If she's pleased to dwell with you, the Lord, if you really believe that, you really believe that the Lord sent her to aid in your walk, to be a helpmeet, as the scriptures say. If you really believe that, then treat her that way. Don't allow something that the Lord sent and intended to be a blessing, don't allow it to turn into a curse. Because Satan is going to try to take your blessing, take something that was meant to be a blessing, something that was supposed to aid you in your walk, aid you in this ministry, and make it evil unto you, make it a curse unto you. And if you allow that to happen, it's going to happen. And the bigger the blessing, the bigger the curse, if you allow it to become so. Okay, and there's plenty of scriptures out there. You have Ephesians, the 5th chapter, right? Husband, love your wife like Yahweh Shai loved the church. Okay, and this all comes with experience. This all comes with growth. Again, it's not a video I would have did 3 years ago. But we talk about spiritual power. We talk about the kingdom. We talk about these things. We cannot overlook these things. We cannot think these things are small. Obviously not when the scriptures tell you your prayers can be hindered this way. So, it may have been a couple other things I wanted to say, but I believe the point has been made. And I'm gonna leave it right there. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And much peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.